on Monday, of course, in Las Vegas against the Raiders. Now, typically, I've taken the lead on bringing Adam a food dish, a self-concocted food dish. Might pertain to the city of the team the Packers are playing. It might be a new food item on the menu for a particular team in their stadium. We went a little different route here, and we turned John Mercure loose as the Packers play in Vegas against the Raiders from Week 5.
It's Vegas, baby.
It is Vegas.
You got to pull your weight, too, in here.
Chef, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, guys.
So I decided to go with a cocktail because when I think of Vegas, I think of cocktails. A couple little local snacks here. Eileen Sports Mix, so you can have a little something to chew on. Some pretzels filled with peanut butter.
Call this, too, is the airport snacks, because I feel like if anyone's going to Vegas, the first thing they do is hit the airport, is get a drink. Because they know they're going there.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay. So the first cocktail I just made a second ago. I'm going to make a second one for you in a second live here on the radio. But let me tell you about the first cocktail, which is sitting in front of you.
It's fancy.
It's called the Atomic Cocktail. The nostalgic cocktail was invented in Las Vegas during the 1950s when Vegas was coming into its own and nuclear testing was taking place in the desert out there. Before Sinatra and the gang got things rocking, the primary thing they did in that part of Nevada was test for nuclear weapons. So the Atomic Cocktail. So this is what the cocktail consists of. It's 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1.5 ounces of brandy or cognac. I, of course, used brandy. Half ounce of dry sherry. This is a Spanish sherry that I put into the cocktail.
Okay.
And 1.5 ounces of brut champagne. So what you do is pretty simple, Chef. You combine.
There's
a little bit of champagne in there.
I thought there was like something I had to do before I drank it. You're like, what do you have to do? I thought you just try it. Here we go.
You're going to try it. I combined the first three ingredients, the vodka, the cognac, and the sherry, in a cocktail shaker, and I added ice cubes to make it nice and cold. I put the mouth cap on the shaker, and then I shook it up for 10 seconds. Got it all nice and mixed up in there.
Okay.
The sherry wanted to settle, but it all got mixed up. Then I strained it into a rocks glass, added fresh ice, and then topped it with the champagne and mixed it with a stir stick.
Yep.
Garnished with a spear of cherries and orange wedges. I like Central Standard brandied cherries, so that's what I put in there.
Okay.
So this is in a rocks glass. Tell me about the look first.
Okay, so your garnish is really good. Cherries are whole. Orange slice is cut nice. I actually it fell off of the sword right into the drink, which is good anyways. You guys have the fancy ice cubes here, so that's good. They're like the medium crush. It's all the way to the top. You're not short, because that's part of a good cocktail is like the pour.
Don't want to cheat anybody.
Yeah. And should we give it a try?
Give it a try. This is the Atomic Cocktail.
And he's kind of getting off easy here because I'm not a huge drinker, so I'll probably... He might get a little bit of love because I don't know what it's supposed to taste like.
So it's about the color of like a brandy and water. If you're thinking about what it should look like color-wise.
It's light brown.
Yeah, it's kind of a light brown. And
I drink Crown and Water, and that's exactly the color that it reminds me of.
Yeah, there you go. Nice swizzle stick in there as a good mixing device.
That's a football swizzle stick.
Nice
How about
chunky
that?
ice.
Man, if you could see my face right now. Not because of what it is, but booze at 4 p.m. is not my normal scheduled programming.
Little strong. It's only got, I think, four kinds of booze in a rocks glass.
So what do you get a hint of first? Because there's a lot going on in that drink.
Alcohol, Greg. Alcohol. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Just light it on fire.
It is. This is Atomic for sure. I'm going to keep my lighter away from this one.
It's all alcohol. So unlike the one I'm going to make for you live, this one is literally 4 kinds of alcohol. Only the ice gives it a little chance.
I don't understand the champagne. That's not helping at all. It's like alcohol and then dry. It is Atomic for sure. The only thing I would say with this one is maybe would have helped me muddle the fruit instead of just put it on the skewer.
Okay.
So muddle that in the glass first and then do everything exactly the same. That's for me. Maybe they call me a pansy.
Do you think it would have been better with a little tonic or seltzer or something that
instead
kept
of the
champagne,
fizz? Maybe?
Yeah, or in addition to all the booze?
Yeah, a little bit of fizz in there just to cut it a little bit. I mean, I'm sure... 97% of the state would probably love this drink.
They'd have killed it already.
It would have been gone. And it doesn't even look like I had any, but I definitely had
What
some.
I'm really getting is you're soft.
Maybe with
He's also
this
your
one,
judge.
you should know when I go out, I'm not hammering any dark liquor, that's for sure, unless it's tequila. But flavor-wise, it does taste like alcohol. That's what I'm saying. There's no real joy to it, but it's called Atomic. So
it's Atomic.
Is this the one that you give to your friends the last drink of the night? Would you say, or do you start with this?
No, I think this puts them to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's this
is end of the night. You're around the fire. Everything's winding down.
All right.
They can't really taste anything anymore anyhow.
They'll taste it.
This is what they get.
All right, so you're going to fire up a second cocktail here,
Yep.
John. So he's going to get mixing, but I want to talk to you about the food scene in Vegas,
Yes.
Adam, because you can get anything and everything. There's nothing like specific to Vegas. When I
Yep.
think Vegas food, how do you do it right in Vegas when you're talking about the food scene?
So I just have a fun fact. This will get a start off of how to do it right. Is there's 1,567 restaurants in Las Vegas right now. All that's how many options you have. So obviously you can't do it all in one trip or you can't do it in a lifetime, but definitely I would say is go for word of mouth instead of just pure Google reviews, because that's vacation people and it's not regulars, and try to call restaurants and in advance. Huge thing. Vegas restaurants in advance. Don't go there. Don't try to get a reservation night of or day of or even a few days. Plan it out. You're already planning the whole trip. Make food kind of a section. That's always my job when I go on vacation with people is I do the dinners. They take care of the Airbnbs. Just kind of spread it out. But go there with a purpose as well. There's so many options.
Well, you've got an interesting connection to the Vegas food scene because Hell's Kitchen is taped in Vegas, and you were on season 19.
That was the first time in Vegas, yeah. And I think there was 2 total, but yeah, we're the first ones in Vegas and for Hell's Kitchen, and we got to do some cool stuff in there. It was very focused on what you do in Vegas, the fun stuff, the restaurants, all that. So I never have a problem with one of my buddies or someone says we should go to Vegas soon.
Brings back good memories, I'm sure, of making scallops and beef Wellington and having Gordon Ramsay yell at you.
Yeah, that and then all the other times I've been where I haven't been yelled at.
All right, here we go.
All
You
right.
ready for this?
Cocktail
Oh,
number
God,
2.
there's no ice in here.
I'm going to move
boy.
this over to you. Be careful, it's full.
It smells like some sort of cleaner.
Again, it's full.
No, that smells much better than the other one. Let me tell you about what's sitting in front of you.
This one looks good.
This is called the Bellagio Tango. Made
boy.
famous at the world-class Bellagio Hotel right there on the Strip in Vegas.
Yep.
So here's what's in the Bellagio Tango. Gin, passion fruit liqueur, and I used a version that's actually
had
made
that?
by J-Lo, actually.
Oh, wow.
Crafted Cocktail J-Lo series.
Just killing it. I'm not a fan of gin when I do drink, so we're just on a good roll here.
Well, this has got a lot of other stuff, so hopefully it minimizes that. Then it's got grapefruit juice. I use sparkling grapefruit juice,
Yep.
a little bit of simple syrup, and an orange twist.
Yep.
And I put it in a nice little
Martini
handheld
glass, right?
martini glass.
Yeah, handheld martini.
Yeah. All right, so
So you definitely
out.
want to start the night with this because if someone's drunk, they're going to knock this glass over.
That's
For
a
sure.
fascinating glass. It's
It
like,
is.
It's like a V-shaped cocktail glass on a clown's nose.
Exactly, holding it up. So here
and an
we
orange
go.
twist is in there.
Orange twist. So did you spin the twist
did.
around the edge? So then it,
So, yep, you can
okay.
get it nice and... Let me know what you get
That's
there.
a full drink right there. Nice job on the twist, John. That's beautiful. That's not easy to do. You've twisted the rind beautifully.
He took 2 sips, which is a better sign than the first drink.
All right, so I don't know if this drink is really nice and balanced and not as alcohol forward just because it's following that last atomic blast. But I could drink a lot of these, and I don't drink a lot. This is really good.
Ooh, that's an easy drink,
Hats
Rob.
off to you, sir.
Excellent, good. All right.
Of course, the Chef Adam likes the pink drink
Yeah, in a pretty pink glass.
in a pink glass.
And a nice martini glass.
Which is fine. But I go for balanced flavor even when it is with drinks. So when people are like, here, just drink this whiskey on the rocks or neat or something, I just think it's too overpowering. So I like maybe some sweet in there too and all the different things. And I think you did really good with this one.
Do you taste more the sour of the grapefruit or the sweet of the passion fruit liqueur in there?
So with this one, for sure, the sweet comes first. That's just out of nowhere. Then you taste the grapefruit, and then it goes into the orange is the last thing I taste.
So what are you going to pair these cocktails with, right? If you're talking about a food dish.
Loaf of bread.
Loaf of
just
bread?
to keep me sober. I'm just kidding.
That's
Sop
a good
it up.
one.
No, he's got stuff for us.
Well, he's got some snacks and all that. But
Just
if you're going to
little
pour one of
snacks.
these cocktails, like, are you doing a salmon dish? Or are you going to do a pasta dish?
Yeah.
Like,
So for the grapefruit one, the second one that we tried, I think that would go really good with some sort of lighter pasta, so maybe some
Yeah.
clam linguine or something like that, or scallops and pasta. It's
There you go.
lighter, and I think the citrus is really good with that. So using maybe grapefruit in the sauce or orange zest in the sauce when it's done to pair with that. The other one, the loaf of bread. We'll go with that. No, I would say like a really, really hearty steak, like salty, peppery, au poivre
all right.
steak.
Okay.
You know, something more heavy to just combat that. You know, it's in your face.
Chef Adam Pawlak, it's always good to have you here.
I appreciate
We'll
it.
check in with you. Next week, the Packers are playing on a Monday, so we're going to take a week off, but we always appreciate when you're here.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for the snacks, too, John. These are delicious.
Yeah, you got it.
Buried that bowl.
It is 4:56 at W.
Do the changing seasons have you dreaming of that